Welcome everyone. So today we're doing a follow-up video to our SBA $10,000 advance that everyone's been waiting for. We have new updates for that, and we also have two other ways in which the SBA can help you and your small business. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this. So recently we released a video showing you how the SBA can give you up to a $10,000 advance just for applying for a small business loan. Now there has been some recent updates to this. Now they're telling us that you will receive $1,000 as an advance for each W-2 employee you have or had during the time of the outbreak. Now, if you don't have any employees and you're the only employee, then you'll only receive $1,000. If you have more than 10 employees, the maximum they're going to give you is $10,000 as an advance while you wait for your loan to be processed. Now I want to talk to you about how you can make sure that you don't have any delays. There's already been a few people who have been receiving their money, and it's going to be deposited directly into your bank account. The number one delay that I've heard from other people is that their credit is on lockdown. What that means is that maybe you have some kind of credit check protection on your social security number. So when the SBA goes to run your credit, they're going to come up with an error and they're not going to be able to check your credit. So you're going to be passed by. You need to make sure that you call your credit bureaus and unlock your credit right away for at least the next week or two. Once your loan has been processed, then you can go back to securing your credit. So I know what you're thinking. My credit score is really not that good. I'm not going to get approved for it. Well, I've heard of people even with a 400 credit score getting the advance for the SBA loan. So don't let that deter you. Just go ahead and apply for it. If you haven't seen that video where we outlined how to get your $10,000 cash advance or the SBA loan application, I'm going to leave a link to that down below in the description. The next program I want to talk to you about is a SBA Express Bridge Loan. What this is basically a smaller loan that'll hold you over until your entire loan gets processed. This loan will later on get deducted from the total amount that you're going to receive from the SBA. So it's not really two loans, it's just going to be an advance on the bigger loan you're going to get. And this is a little bit different from the $10,000 loan that we just spoke about because that is forgivable. That is 100% as an advance. You don't have to pay it back. This will fall into your bigger SBA loan. So let me give you the details on how that works. Now remember, this is a pilot program and it only will be paid out to businesses who have been declared to be in a state of emergency or affected by the COVID-19 virus. So I'm going to give you exactly what type of things to look out for, how to qualify, and who doesn't qualify. So the first question is, what lenders are authorized to make these types of loans? So the only banks that will be able to do these loans are banks that have the supplemental loan guarantee agreement prior to March 13th of 2020. So you're gonna wanna make sure that the banks that you're using right now currently for other things are in line with these requirements. And if not, I'm going to leave a link where you can find those banks down below in the description. Next question, what businesses are eligible for this loan? Well, it's very simple. If you're currently getting a loan with the SBA, you're most likely going to be able to qualify for these. But I'm going to leave a link down below in the description where it outlines exactly what kind of businesses are eligible for this type of loan. So what are the requirements for a small business to be eligible for one of these loans? If you've been turned down for credit everywhere else and the SBA is your last place to turn, then that means you'll be eligible based off of that category. But there's many more, so let's jump into the other ones. Your business location matters, but because we're all covered under the Presidential Disaster Declaration, that means that any business within the United States would qualify. You will also have to prove that your business has been adversely affected by the COVID-19 virus. Okay, next is the eligibility period. So the eligibility period is only going to be for 6 months from the date that the declaration of disaster was initially enacted. So you're gonna wanna make sure you get on that right away. A few other stipulations are pretty common sense. You can only get one EBL loan at a time, and the max for the EBL loan is $25,000. So you're not gonna be able to apply for much more than just that. The EBL loan will also have to be structured as a term loan, and the maximum amount of time that you can have it for is 7 years. And we haven't heard of this type of loan being forgivable, so make sure that you are able to pay back the money if you do decide to take this loan out. The proceeds of this loan can only be used for working capital. They cannot be used for any personal reason whatsoever. And the interest rates that go along with these loans are 6.5% over prime. So they're definitely not cheap, but they're only $25,000. So it's a lot cheaper than getting a credit card or going out and getting a personal line of credit. So you may want to look into this, even though they are higher than with the other ones that are available right now to you through the SBA or through the PPP. One of the best parts of this loan is that it's not required to put up collateral or put up your house or your car or anything that you may own in order to get the loan, but you will most likely have to sign a personal guarantee. Now, there will be about 3 layers of underwriting that your bank is going to require. Number 1 will be a standard credit score. Whatever your bank requires, that's going to be the minimum standard for the loan. Also, you're going to have to make sure you have a banking relationship. If they don't have some type of history with you, most likely you will not qualify for that loan. And lastly, you will have to provide to them your tax returns and sign a 4506T to make sure that you file those with the IRS. Now, the last source of help that's coming from the SBA is the debt relief program. This is pretty simple and it's not going to help a lot of us out there, but it may help a few of us. If you have a current SBA loan, this debt relief will actually pay for your principal and interest and all fees associated to that loan for the next 6 months. This could be really huge for a lot of people who have taken loans out prior to this crisis. So don't hesitate, go out there and apply for it right now. So in closing, if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell, and share this with a friend. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Would you like to find out how we can work closer together, maybe one-on-one? Well, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description. Don't be shy, guys. Click it now.